Hello everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing you my guide for South Park: The Stick of Truth on Hardcore difficulty. And we're also doing No Child Left Behind, No Healing, and No Items. And today we're doing finally the start of day 2. And I think this is on our way to going. Oh, this is okay. So this is, I think, leading up to attack the school. So I'm not exactly sure what I can potentially call this episode, but we'll figure it out. Maybe like Call the Banners or something. Maybe I'll call it that. I don't remember. So this one's like another 30-minute video, and I think this is mostly just town stuff for the most part, because I can't remember if I even did anything specifically dungeon related. Because we just went through, like, I think, what, 3 dungeons in a row? So the school, the giggling donkey, and then the UFO. Which I don't remember what the UFO, that's what the dungeon's actually called. But, hey, you know, that is what it is. So, in this one, we essentially have to recruit the Goths. And in order to do that, we need different supplies. We need clothes. We need Goth clothes. All 3 of them, which you get from the homeless man at the U Store It area. Then you have to grab a dark roast coffee from Tweak's place. And then you also have to take a picture of yourself with a sign that says Nonconformist at the PTA meeting. So this one mostly is going to center around like the Goth quest, so to speak. And there are times where I fudge up and try going back to initiate the next sequence of it, but then I don't, because I already fudged it up and then I'm done. I do skip the minigame for the video because, I mean, it's pointless to have to show it off. I mean, yeah, it's funny, but it's just like, you know, I don't know. Granted, I could have skipped the anal probe one too, but hey, that's what it is. So I think Kelly Gardner's already our friend on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. Also, another thing I want to say, attention to detail. I love it. You know, that's a big thing for me, is attention to detail. And they actually kept Jimmy's house, like his front door, literally blown up. Even though this is like the second day, which I don't even know where the hell Jimmy's parents are even at. I don't remember. But yeah, so they definitely don't seem to care about getting a new door, I guess. That's the thing. I mean, granted, it's cold out all the time, so maybe there's no bugs. There's probably no worries, but there's also animals and stuff. You know, maybe they're still going around. Who knows? Can't get that kid until you get the gnome dust. And this is Stan's house, and I just, for the most part, I guess I can say that this is mostly just a sort of cut up type of guide video, because I'm just showing off locations of stuff. So I mean, if you're not interested in any of that stuff, you could potentially skip. I'd suggest if you're that curious about needing help or whatever, I'd say just skip through ahead, because for the most part, whatever I pick up that's important, like equipment and Pokemon and all that other stuff, I'll always cut back to that. But junk and stuff is pointless. I mean, you sell it anyway, you get it everywhere. But another thing that you can see here is you can't really actually fight Shelly just yet, but that's for later. But that's another thing I think we're going to be doing, is we're going to be doing a lot of the we're going to be doing the elf side quest stuff. So like Jimmy, well, I don't think that's side quest. I think you actually have to do that. You have to fight the she-ogre, which is Shelly, and you have to fight off the Nazi zombie cows, which that's another thing that they kind of sort of spoiled, I guess, right? Well, you know, who cares? So maybe it's probably intentional, but yeah, I'm just gonna go around town. I'm gonna skip all the really boring stuff of me just not doing anything specific. If I get a friend, if I get equipment, if I get blah blah blah, all that stuff, then I'll show it off, of course. So if Jester's cap is too strong for us to equip, Druid robes, the thorn thing, yeah. So I think the thorns work in the way where if you hit somebody that's a melee enemy, or either they hit you, they take damage. So I think it's probably when they hit you, they take damage. Hang on, I gotta mute my mic real quick. Oh. I'll just cut that out for later myself. I mean, yeah, I could just do that. Oh, well, anyway, I had a cough, so sorry about that. Anyway, I choked a load. Spit, of course. Oh, man. Sorry, folks. It's getting late for me. It's like 10 at night. This might be potentially my last recording for the day, and I might just let things kind of render either until the morning or just do them tomorrow. One of the few things. I also need to mow at some point too, which sucks ass, but that's just the problem of being an adult. And that's also the problem of pretty much just nothing happening on the video right now, because I mean, what can I do? What can I talk about? There's really nothing going on. We haven't gotten to the juicy bits yet. So it looks like I only have 4 out of the 6 kindergartners. I left them overnight. Oops. But I do find them. I find the one on the farm, and I think eventually I go to the one that's... Yeah, okay, that's right. There was one near Big Al and Mr. Slave's house. So, there's that. I can't remember if Mr. Slave gave me... Okay, oh wait, did he? Oh, now I finally got the summon from Mr. Slave. Okay, I got the Rawhide Whip. There are 4 summons in total in this game. There's, of course, the City Walk owner. There's Mr. Hanky. There's Mr. Slave. And then there's Jesus. Forgive my yawning. Like I said, I'm kind of tired. I've been recording this stuff pretty much for a good bit now today. This is only, let's see, episode 5, I think. I already uploaded the first 2 episodes. So for those that are keeping track of what's going on, this is, of course, you know, April 16th. This is like one day before Easter. And I've uploaded 2 of these videos, and I haven't rendered the other 3 yet. The other 2 that I've commentated. So this is my 3rd one I'm commentating right now. All this in the same day. So there is that. And then, of course, this is right after I pretty much went back through and finished all the updating of the video stuff to make sure that they had the guide playlist within. So that way, you know, for people that need help, like actually need help. And then if you're like me, you want to skip ahead. Or not skip ahead, but you want to, like, you're on a certain part, you can't find the next video, and then there you go. Also, there's a gym Pokemon up here, of course, and I have a hard time hitting him. I did skip the first part of this area because it's like 10 seconds or something. I don't remember. It was like a minute of just, you know, Butters setting up his alarm thing, so I didn't bother with it. This is also a good place to go to after you get the Anal Probe, because that way you can go over there and get all that stuff. And, yeah. You can always just wait until you get all the upgrades to do something specific if you know where everything's at. I mean, I'm not really speedrunning the game anyway, so. Also, the Squire helmet. Really good stuff. I think I have it equipped for at least a good portion of the rest of this game. And I think I have it equipped at least probably until endgame when you start getting the girls on your side. And they have the Valkyrie outfit, which also has the Valkyrie dagger, which is a damn good weapon, by the way. I just want to say that the outfit and the weapon are pretty damn good. And once you're inside of Mr. Slave, you know, you get the Vibroblade. But I remember distinctly that the Vibroblade kind of sucked, especially the crown you get as well, kind of not being a really good equipment piece because you can't modify them, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, this in day 2 you have a lot of like singular, small-ish sort of side quests, or like you have like not really side quests, but more so like main quests that kind of like branches off into different other things you can do. So they definitely give you a lot of stuff you can do today, which is nice. But yeah, come here, buy the Dark Roast. It's only $1. At this point, you have enough. I don't doubt it. So I remember distinctly that at this point in time, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You actually have to buy an actual item from Mr. and Mrs. Tweak, so that way you can get that. Also, yes, General Disarray is different than his secret identity, so to speak. So they do count as 2 friends. Now, this right here, you can actually fight the elves, but I just I mean, he's right. It's just pointless. I mean, you get experience from it, but you still get knocked out and get sent to the elves anyway. Like, it's not necessarily pointless. I mean, you get XP from it, so I don't see why not. At least I'm pretty sure you do. But yay, level 7. Now we can finally get new abilities. Oh yeah, a lot of the time you'll see me like just clicking on random menus. Well, that's because I'm dumb and I kind of keep forgetting how to go through menus. Also, if you get all the fast travels unlocked, all, I think 7 of them it was, you get Timmy as a friend. So there you go. Now we have Timmy. That's an extra friend. And oh, it's 12. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, new quest we have unlocked, which is, of course, breaking the banners. And I don't know about if Jimmy and Stan count as main quest stuff or side quest stuff. So there's also, I think it's Pete. Not Pete, but the yellow-haired kid over here who won't friend you until you've been proven that, you know, you're available or likely to work with, you know, Kyle and them. I'm gonna take a quick sip. So you're gonna hear my drink, my nice ice cold tea drink. And great, there's a little freaking gnat on my computer screen. I don't like that. I want to smack the shit out of it, but I'm too busy doing commentary. Get the fuck out of here. I've been having a gnat problem for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know where they're coming from. That it sucks, I'll tell you that. Alright, cracked knuckle. Oh, owie. Okay, so yeah, here's Stan. His abilities consist of his dog, which gives attack down, and then he has like a discus, which he throws random hits. His sword, which causes like armor decrease and bleeding, and then he has like an ultimate ability, which I think does the same thing. Jimmy, power cord gives you PP back. And then buffness, I think, is like attack up and ability up, and then the lullaby, which puts enemies to sleep and what have you, and then brown note, which I don't think it has any specific like buff or debuff or status effect at all. So in general, I think it just causes them to lose their battles. I think there is an element to it. I think it's defense down. I could be wrong, but we'll use it eventually. We'll use it. We don't end up actually using everybody's last ability, but there you go. So now I think I upgraded the Bull Rush, and I don't remember exactly what the upgrade was. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, probably the one for bleeding, I think it is, where you get the second hit and cause bleeding. I think it was. Also, in Kyle's house, I don't think Ike has a room in Stick of Truth. I don't think he's got his own room in this one. Yeah, he doesn't. Shelly has her own room, so I don't know why. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. Maybe, who knows. Also, if you go to the boys' rooms, like, you know, Kyle, Stan, Kenny, and Cartman, at least I think. I mean, well, especially for Kyle, we saw it there. But you saw the kite next to his dresser, I think it was. And that's just a small little reference to the human kite, which will eventually play a part in, of course, the Fractured Butthole, where they become superheroes and stop playing Dungeons and Douchebags. So, there you go. Just, I don't know, just fun little things. And I think at this time, the superhero stuff, I don't remember which one came first. It was either the Black... Well, fuck. I think Black Friday was the Game of Thrones thing, right? But I think that one came after the superhero one with Clue. So, yeah, Shelly, just fuck her. I mean, I just hate this boss fight. She's way, way, way too tanky for this. So, I guess any general advice is just the usual, like, slow her down, status elements. She is, I believe, actually, she doesn't count as a boss, because if she counted as a boss, then we could use summons, because, you know, and to quote Jesus here, you can't use summons on bosses because they are scary. So yeah, that's what he says. But so we did Stan's quest. Now we're gonna go Jimmy's quest. Equipping him is just faster than just bothering with it, I guess. I mean, technically you probably don't actually have to equip him manually. I think they just equip anyway automatically, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, I don't remember. I'm tired. I don't know. I'm doing all I can. I'm also gonna knock down the banners. Problem is, I don't know why I bothered going to talk to Mr. Slave, because I already used his summon, and I just had a brain fart and forgot, like, wait a minute. Because summons work, and I know people have had so much trouble with this one. If I'm not mistaken, I believe summons work by a day-by-day system. And by day-by-day, I mean, like, actual in-game by day. So we are currently in day 2, and I don't think you can get another summon until the next day. But people tend to think that you can get it like a day after in terms of real time. And I don't think that's true. I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, I do believe summons work in terms of, you know, in-game days. So there we go. I think that's the last kid, I believe so. Yeah, that should be, because we had 4 and I should say 6. Maybe I am getting blind as hell, who knows. Alright, so these are the Nazi zombie cows. What I'm doing is essentially just kind of slightly dumb. My best, your best option here is, since you already have the alien suit, if you haven't sold it yet, I guess equip that, so that way you can get the extra 2 shields. And the idea is, they're just gonna suicide bomb, so all this I'm doing is just pointless. It's just, yeah. I don't know why I bothered, but I did, and it's just, like I said, it's just essentially just kind of pointless. I tried fighting them off before they exploded, but it was essentially too late. I don't have any good advice here. Maybe a summon if you wanted to waste one, but I wouldn't really waste anything on these guys in terms of like summons or anything like that, unless you absolutely can't tank a hit. But yeah, like just a single block is just enough. But if you do get hit, they do a lot of damage though. And you could even tell just by Jimmy right there, he's getting fudged up. The other thing too is I want to say that when it comes to buddies, if you switch them out, they won't necessarily get healed, but like at least then you could switch them out for somebody else. I think they do quote unquote heal. I'm not exactly sure on that. I don't have exact proof. The only thing I'm going off of, the only basis I'm going off of is when I did my original playthrough of this, where I was fighting Kenny and I switched Jimmy out for Stan because Jimmy was about to die and he came back with full health. But that was when you were fighting Kenny, and I think the game probably healed him itself, so who knows. It's a wonky system, it's a wonky game, you know, it is what it is. I don't know the full-on mechanics, but as far as I'm aware, you can do all this with no healing and no items. And look at that, Jimmy didn't die, so he got real close though, but that's all 4 of them. I pretty much just wasted time because I was afraid. I was like, oh man, I don't want, like, I know these guys are going to blow up. Maybe there's a chance I can potentially kill them before they kill me. That type of stuff, but I ended up just getting lucky and they blew themselves up, so. Which is nice. It saves me the trouble. Also, I think you can only activate those by using Cup of Spell. And there we go. There's our quest items. Loot. So yeah, Jimmy has absolutely definitely one of the easier of the quests compared to what Stan has to put up with, because like actually legit fighting Shelly is just not fun and it sucks. She has a lot of just ridiculous moves that just hurt and seemingly unfair in my opinion. And she's just extremely tanky. I mean, I know she's like the big sister, like the older kid type thing, but even then the 5th graders themselves aren't really much of anything in this game. 5th graders, 6th graders, sorry. The 6th graders themselves aren't shit, so I don't know. I'm actually not really sure. Yeah, Shelly's middle school, right? Because I remember there was that one episode, I think she had a boyfriend like named Derek or something, and then he was like, what, 20-something dating a middle schooler? I think that's what they said. I don't remember. It's been a while. Let's see. What did I get this time? I'm about to find out. I think I get max health, maybe? Or Sucker Punch. Oh, I get Sucker Punch. Okay. So now I think I get, what, attack? Like my very first attack of every fight does more damage. So That's a slightly nifty little tool. It definitely gives you a slight bit of advantage in your favor. So yeah, now I'm just skipping ahead, doing all this stuff. I'm just walking around town, grabbing more crap. Knocked down the banner, got Jesus, and now I should have the Rosary, I think it's called, where essentially I can summon Jesus now, and I'll be summoning him later. But I'm going to be showing off like the main quest stuff too, and then now oh, Mr. Kim. I feel stupid. I keep calling him Kimchi, but it's like that's literally what I thought his name was, because I thought it was just like the play on words because it's South Park, for God's sakes, but who cares? Mr. Kim, either way. There you go. It's Kim, so at least I was kind of right about that. Alright, these are the Smoking Scoundrels. They have a unique ability called Tough Skin, where like years of smoking have basically made them tougher, which I just find kind of funny. So just something stupid. And here's the 5th or 6th grader. I'm pretty sure they're 6th graders in this year. Because I think at one point they were 5th graders, but then they got turned into 6th graders. But I don't remember. They might have been 6th graders the whole time. But they're kind of a pushover. You can't, unfortunately, stun them outside of battle. You have to actually do the actual fight with them, which sucks. But it is what it is, right? So get a nice little bit of a column attack. Not a row attack, because row is up and down, and column is left and right in this game. So. Which, by the way, I'm kind of done with rows and columns. I don't really, yeah, I'm not really here with that. But you have to beat them up so you can get the cigarettes. So save yourself the trouble. Take them out. Get the cigarettes. You're going to need them because it's a quest item for the Goths. So I upgrade, what else? What else do I get? Yeah, I'm just, once again, reading about each individual upgrade I can possibly get. I'm doing what I possibly can. I think now that I have level 5, I believe that's what, gross out that everybody gets? I don't remember. Either way, level 5 Rochambeau. I don't think you have to have level 5 to really work it really well. Because usually most abilities are like level 3 or 4. That's usually pretty good. But anyway, now I'm going to be doing the Jimbo side quest. I'm going to be starting that. This is a pretty simple side quest for the most part. Can be a little confusing at first, especially when you don't know where to go. But the first animal I take out, of course, is the angry dog, I think it's called. And this one's located, of course... rabid junkyard dog, sorry. This one's located near Kenny's house. You just put the... whatever the hell item it is on that weird piss-stained trash bag thing that they got there. But yeah, this dog can actually be affected by piss, which is kind of funny. But him being pissed and enraged actually kind of saves me trouble, because he has the ability of, I think it's like, it's kind of like what the rats do with like Dirty Little Bastard, where he actually comes up and humps you, if I'm not mistaken. Because I believe that some dogs can do that. But since he's enraged, he's mostly going to be focusing on butters and going to be going for just basic attacks. He can't use his abilities, so he'll probably end up just, biting his ass. So nothing too bad. Butters, luckily for me, was able to tank it. Not too bad. However, I never really recommend pissing off your enemy with butters. It just makes things harder. Mainly for like a no healing. But here's our second enemy right there, or second of the Hunter's big game that Jimbo's side quest is, where you just kill the cow. He's the only one you don't have to fight, thankfully. But you're going to have to fight like a bacteria, you have to fight the penis mouse, you have to fight, and yes, I said that right, you have to fight the bat and all that. Also, I'm going to the Christmas critters. To find out how to get there, you can go to Stan's house, go inside of his room, and you can look at his bed frame, and you'll see that it'll tell you the directions. Oh, so this is the first time you get Screwed. So Screwed is a very annoying ability that essentially kills you after a certain amount of turns. And I think they actually tell you right there too, which said 3. So I'm pretty sure that's the term limit. Oh, and now I finally get Horn of Irritation. This thing is just freaking awesome. So it pisses off the enemy, and it attacks whoever you focused on first twice. But the first attack actually hits everybody. It's great. And eventually you can get defense down. It's awesome. So it's a very, very nice attack. And also, these wolves just appear in, you know, this area. If I was like 1 second off, I would have gotten the lifesteal thing again, which would have sucked. Yeah, these guys appear in the forest. They're not too bad. Goths bleeding. I mean, other than that, it's pretty much nothing. They're just random fodder enemies for the most part. They are a little on the annoying side, but other than that, they're not anything too difficult besides getting screwed. So yeah, back to what I was saying. For those that want to skip ahead of figuring out how to get there, I think it's right up, right down, right to get to the critters. Also, if you want to get to Canada, you go up 4 times. If you want to go back to South Park, you go down 4 times. If you're lost in the woods. So, there you go. That's how you get out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just go ahead and, you know, accept, you know, their request to basically join their cult, practically. And I'm just standing here just, you know, waiting out their stuff. And now I gotta sit here and go through, like, what, 12? 15 or however many of these assholes I have to go through. Not counting you, Jesus. You're not an asshole. You're a good summon. Because at least he is a summon. I mean, that worked. That works for me. But he can't fight bosses because they're scary. Alright, so what do I get this time? Oh, I forgot I missed it. Shit. Also, if you break those bushes, you can actually get junk out of them. So sometimes if you just wanted to get extra little bit of money. So now we head back to Dog Poo because, well, we restored the balance. We destroyed the banners. So that quest is over with. He won't accept us just yet. Ah, sorry, my head is just extremely itchy today for some reason. And now probably everybody's going to start joking and saying that I don't shower very often and stuff. And it's like,
You fart fiercely,
you're right.
like a farting
I
lion.
don't. Just kidding.
Is the dragonborn fighting?
But yeah, do the PTA stuff. I skipped all the sneaky squeaker stuff. Mainly because, like, I mean, why show off all the fart stuff? Just because, I mean, you guys know what you're doing. We'll do the sneaky squeaker on the guards, and we're in the... to me, like, I was thinking if I wanted to count this as a dungeon or not, but I just kind of just said, nah, I'll just consider it part of this. So if anything, this is potentially its own dungeon of this own video. So, of course, use Sneaky Squeaker to get him to go to electric, you know, water and zap his ass. Because if he catches you, you get sent outside, I believe. So, and I don't think you can go through the front door. So you just pop up here. There is a Chimpokemon that you can find in this area, and I think it's also missable too, which is the what's it called? Gorilla Ring, Gorilla Gun, whatever it was. It was the damn gorilla with the miniguns for hands. It's like it's like it's more Digimon than it is Pokemon at that point. Speaking of which, I think it's kind of cool how they actually added like new types of Chimpokemon to this world. Because originally there wasn't that much in the episode, but they added quite a few more just for collectibles, and I adore that. But the one thing I don't like is the Beaversaurus. I think it's kind of dumb, but that's the only one I can think of that I just don't really care for, because it's just literally just Justin Bieber. And it's just like, I just feel like the Justin Bieber jokes have just kind of lost their touch. Also, the SWAT outfit is pretty good for the most part. At least a couple of the equipment is. Yeah, Gunrilla, I think that's what his name was. It'll pop up soon. Yeah, Gunrilla, okay. Cool. And we get the device, go back to the PTA, give it to Randy, and then we get the picture taken, we go back to the Goths, and then we recruit them, and blah, blah, blah. So this is the first real time you get to technically see the Nazi zombies themselves. We already saw the zombie cows, but now we get to fight the Nazi zombies, and they are usually weak to holy, immune to gross, and Nazi zombies actually revive as well, by the way. It takes a while for them, but they're kind of like Kenny, where if they're on the field still, they can just revive themselves, but that hardly ever happens at all. Of course, Jesus doing that is a reference to the episode where he came down and he threw that shuriken at that priest or whatever it was. I forget what the episode was about, but I think it might have been one where, wasn't it like where Jesus had his name being smeared or whatever, and they came down and kicked their ass or something. I don't know. It's an older episode. Like what? Like past season 5 maybe. I'm not even sure. Probably like past season 5, maybe like before, like definitely before like season 20 and all them. That's for sure. Like I think season 19 was the start of PC Principal, right? I think so. If I remember correctly, I think that's the season I didn't like. That's the one where they had like the Hillary and Trump stuff going on, and it was just a mess of a season in my opinion. I didn't like South Park for a little bit there, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know, as much as I love South Park, there are episodes of South Park and seasons of South Park I just do not like. But, yeah, I'm gonna admit it right now, but I'm not a really big fan of the whole new Randy take. I'm just not the biggest fan of the tag race stuff. Also, there was a funny little Bat Datarang, which, speaking of Randy, you know, there's another little reference to Randy as well when there was the Bat Dad, and I think he was trying to beat the shit out of him at that football game or whatever it was. So, yeah, you can get the Bat Datarang, because why not, right? Is he getting ability up? I think I just stick with my shit, Fire's armor, because Fire's armor is pretty good. Or no, I didn't. I stuck with the SWAT vest. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to this PP stuff, when you gain PP for whatever, I don't consider it healing. I mean, it's too late now, you know, but I don't really consider it healing. If I did end up healing on accident or whatever in this playthrough, then just admit it. Just be like, oh, okay, he fucked up. I said omit it, like, you know, like, just forget about it. Like, I mean, if I fuck up, then, you know, you could say, like, oh, you fucked up the healing thing, like, whatever, blah, 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 but then I'll be like, okay, you know, that's not really a true no healing gun, but hey, it's close to it, whatever, who cares, too late. I don't know, you guys can make your own if you wanted to. You can try it out yourselves. It's fun, it's worth it. If you have this game's great, so I recommend doing it. It's kind of like a BP only run type thing, you know, just spice it up. I recommend doing it for, like, RPGs that are not, like, too hard, or at least ones that you're really good at, so... Yeah, alright, cool. We got the Goths on our side. I'm losing track of my train of thought, and we're getting close to the end of the video anyway, so I should probably end it off soon. But yeah, we finish off this, and Kyle should be our friend, and so should Douglas, I think. No, that's not Douglas. Fuck, what's his name? Yeah, we go up here, we call up the carrier Raven, and then we call our friends, and we'll go to, I think, attack the school next. So, yeah. Anyway, take care, everybody.